Hey, everybody. My name is Dave Brzezinski. I have a little thing I'm going to read. I'm writing as a constituent, business owner, and parent who is gravely concerned with the efforts by the Republican-led Congress to repeal the Affordable Care Act and deeply disheartened by my own congressman's acquiescence to this policy idea without putting forward or signing onto any coherent replacement plan. The ACA is by no means a perfect law, and there are many ways that it could be improved, but I use the marketplace exchanges, and the security that it provides my family is not replaceable by empty promises and lectures on freedom and personal responsibility from Republicans in Congress and the Trump administration. I'm a member of this community, a small business owner, and a parent of small children. I work very hard to support my family and to invest in the local economy and local businesses. If Congress repeals the ACA, my premiums will likely increase by around $700 per month. That is money that I currently spend employing people and purchasing goods and services in my community that will then be vacuumed out of state by large insurance companies. I cannot imagine how any congressman, particularly a Republican, a member of a party whose entire brand centers around a mythical adulation of self-reliant small business people, could in good conscience support an idea that is so bad for local economies. All right, I'm going to finish up here. When my daughter was 5 years old, she began to have seizures and was diagnosed with epilepsy. At the time, which was the year before the ACA took effect, she was on Virginia's S-chip program, FAMOUS. As a result, we were able to deal with the stress of caring for her and getting treatment without the additional stress of financial ruin. Make no mistake, if my daughter was on the crap policy that my wife and I were on at the time, without all the protections that the ACA provides that make all health insurance policies legitimate, we would have faced medical bankruptcy. We racked up over $40,000 worth of bills in short order with no surgeries, invasive procedures, or anything complicated. Just an emergency room visit, preliminary test, a few specialist visits, and a single overnight in the hospital for an EEG. When Paul Ryan or Tom Price want to tell me that they are going to repeal Obamacare so that I can be empowered to have access to patient-centered care, what they are telling me is that caring for my daughter is less important than a huge tax cut for extremely wealthy people. I'm not exactly sure how personal responsibility would have kept my daughter from having seizures. All citizens of this country should have the right to real health insurance, and right now, that means the Affordable Care Act, so repealing it would be a grave and reckless mistake for our Congress to make. Okay? Now, that is not to say that there are not issues with the ACA, and as an enrollee and self-employed person, I can attest to some of these problems. But you can only solve these problems by leaving the law in place, not tearing it down. And our lawmakers should be inspired to do the work to solve these problems. I think lawmakers finding, well, actually very polite mobs, at their town halls will find real allies among their constituents, however, if they engage in a good faith effort to improve the current system rather than double down on the sabotage that has marked Republican efforts over the last 7 years. Thanks.